Hello, my name is Ryan Karlin, and thank you for joining us today for the Censorship and Social Media podcast. This is our first in our series on RPK podcast. Today I am pleased to have Connor Burns, TikTok star, who has 87,000 followers, who will be discussing what it is like to have a lot of followers and what he noticed about censorship. This is certainly an important topic, so let's get right to it. So, Connor, why don't you introduce yourself for us?
I am at the Real Burns 3 on TikTok. You can go follow me if you would like to. And thank you for having me, Ryan. I really appreciate this.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. So I got a few questions for you. What is your TikToks normally about?
So I make football content on there. I talk about the NFL. Huge Bears fan. That's most of my content. Is also just talking about like Chicago sports and such. And just having fun with it, honestly. Making a few memes here and there. Just bringing more laughter, enjoyment into the sports world.
Yeah, that's really cool. Do you get a lot of feedback on your TikTok post? Do you normally post?
I get a good amount of feedback. I mean, it depends. Honestly, it depends on how controversial the post is. Because, by controversial, I mean, like, you post, like, a hot take that you have, something that a lot of people will disagree with. Then you're going to get a lot of comments coming at you saying, no, he's not top 5 in the league. What are you talking about? A bunch of stuff like that. But if I'm just making, like, funny videos, for example, then you get maybe a few comments saying, oh, this is great, and you maybe get one or two saying, eh.
Yeah, that's what's interesting about social media, is you get a lot of different opinions, and sometimes it can cause issues. Yeah, so do most people like your TikToks, and do you sometimes get rude comments ever?
You see, a while back, I used to kind of brag about the teams, when they would win, I'd brag about it, I'd shove it in their face, and then people would be very mad about that. They wouldn't be the happiest, because some people, they take sports very personally,
Yeah.
They love their teams, they love them wholeheartedly, but basically what would happen is eventually, once the NFL offseason came, and I'm like, oh, there's no more games, I can't really talk about much, I kind of switched it over and started talking more about just the sport as a whole. And I made a few funny videos, and then people went from knowing me as the guy who would just shove it in their face, I don't care what you think, Chicago on top, to basically just being a comedian in the NFL and just giving my real takes, and a lot of people's opinions, their minds switch. I used to get a lot of hate comments, but not really anymore. It's a nice change.
Yeah, that is a nice change. Well, we're going to take a short break, and I'll be back in a few minutes.
Whenever you're ready.
I'm back with Connor Burns here. We're going to discuss some censorship in social media. So here we go. What are the common lies, myths, and misconceptions you see on TikTok?
A huge lie that I see is that it's easy to get popular on there, start gaining followers. It's extremely hard. I remember when I started back in March of 2020, after the whole quarantine started making videos, you will put an hour and effort into a 30-second video, and when you see that it only gets 4 or 5 views, that's very demotivating. That just makes you not want to do it anymore. That like, you look at that, how much effort you put into it, just to see nothing come out of it, it's anything in life. It just wants to throw you off. But also, you just got to stay motivated. And a lot of people make it seem like it's super easy and that it takes no effort whatsoever to blow up on there, which is completely wrong.
Yeah, it's not as easy as people think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. During the quarantine last year, it was probably people thought, oh, I'll just come up with videos and I'll become famous easily. They don't realize that there's a lot more work to it than just becoming famous.
Like, some people, they get lucky. They post a video on there, it gets 1 million views, but they're only viral for maybe a day. Yeah. That's it. Like, there's some people like myself who are trying to turn this into something bigger than just a one-day wonder or a one-hit wonder,
Yeah, I
people
who
are putting all their effort into it instead of just one day you're on and one day you're off.
Yeah, so got another question here. Do you ever feel that you're being censored, and if not do you see other people's posts being censored?
Ever since, it really depends. Actually, I have a story about this from a few days ago when not just me, but a lot of my friends that are creators as well that I talk to, all of our videos, I mean, we're literally talking about sports, and we would upload it, and it would get 0 views, and it would say that it was going under review. We're like, why are they all reviewing our content out of a bunch of people? And I look on Twitter, and thousands of people are saying, why are all my videos going under review? What's going on? But also, this was at the same time as the verdict of the George Floyd case. So I'm thinking that they might, which the rumor is from almost everybody, that they shut down the North American servers of TikTok while that was happening because, they didn't want any controversial opinions, which whatever you think about it, that's your choice. I mean, I don't really care too much.
Yeah.
But it's just, they just didn't want
issues happening from it.
Yeah, no, they didn't want
causing chaos.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But also just like looking into the past a little bit. Ever since I switched over to sports, not really, but I used to make just funny videos, and a few of them would get taken down. Like one time I got banned for a week or two, and
yeah. I personally think it's a little going overboard a little bit, but there are some things that they probably should censor in case someone's if it's something that's dangerous, then they have to censor that. That's understandable, but just opinions I don't think should be censored.
No, I agree, and I feel like they can go out of pocket sometimes and take down videos that didn't mean any harm at all.
Yeah. All right, so do you think social media should be allowed to censor people's opinions?
It depends on how extreme you take it.
Yeah,
honestly.
That's what I was thinking too.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if it's just a regular opinion, no.
Yeah, if it's just a regular opinion, then absolutely not. They shouldn't be censoring that.
I think that if it goes out of the First Amendment, when you start talking about harming people or hatred towards a group of people, that's when it should be taken off.
That's when I think that you're going too far.
Yeah, but if you're just genuinely expressing what you believe as a person, and as long as it's not harmful to anybody, I think it should be able to stay up. But the issue that we're seeing right now is a lot of people getting taken down for stuff that's a regular opinion. And
opinions that you should be able to just talk about any day you want.
Yeah, you could see this on both sides of at least a political scale. You could see this anywhere, basically. There's a lot of videos that are just being taken down for no reason.
Yeah.
And it's just getting to a point where it's just ridiculous.
All right, well, I think that's a conclusion. I would like to thank my guest, Connor Burns, for taking the time to be on our show today. I'm happy you could listen in for today's RPK podcast. Tune in next time when we discuss chickens that don't lay eggs with Colonel Sanders, a man who never met a chicken he doesn't like. Thank you.